others, be impactful in every sphere of life. Our core values are unconditional love, uplifting spirit, integrity, selflessness, trustworthiness, and tenacious devotion. Impactful in every sphere of life. We believe that all life begins and ends within the triune Godhead, and all of humanity is spiritually included in the love and life of the divine. We believe this inclusive relationship is delivered timelessly, sustained and guaranteed by the nature of the Father who fills all things. We equally believe in the urgency to make mankind aware of the good news of their redemption from an inferior expression of life to the most attractive and abundant life possible. Relax, a few deep breaths, their gratitude and thankfulness to rise within you. Follow with me as I go through these declarations. I recognize and appreciate God's presence within me and express it freely and fully. My every intention, action, and activity is sourced by divine inspiration. Today, my every thought, word, and action is permeated with divine love. I see with clear seeing and live in joy of pure being. Abundance is my true nature. Freely I give, and freely I receive. I now want to go through this evocation to God. Father, Mother, God, the embodying presence of all life, may the forces within me now become just and attentive to divine prompting, that I may always be awake to the power of your spiritual presence. Father, Mother, God, let my entire life be conscious union with you, renewing me daily in the spirit of love, forgiveness, and fullness of joy. From this body temple of me, in which you live, let your goodwill shine forth through my aura, redeeming, consecrating, perfecting all I see, touch, and relate with. All of the holy thoughts, my Father, Mother, God, take up the wings of the wind, and the flash of lightning ministers angels to my soul. God, you are the light, the power, and eternal blessing. In you I live always, and to you be all glory forever. From the center of the universe, within the vastness of my soul, I evoke thee to come forth, O God of all life, all wisdom, all power, all love, and all splendor, and flourish through my laudable undertaking. I am one with thee, O great spirit of spirits, because the fullness of you embodies my soul. Let your power, love, and presence shine radiantly through me, guiding all my ways and divine ambition to reveal the brightness of my day. Abiding in the center of you, most adorable God, my will and courage are energized by your dream of beauty and power. My ways are filled with the holy influence as I give expression to all divine attributes within me. In union with you, and as your power always works through me, nothing in the entire universe opposes my good. All things work for the fulfillment of my will. The spirit of the air is ministering God's life presence to me, renewing my soul, mind, and body. The spirit of fire is ministering God's transforming and transmutating grace through me, making me bright. I absorb holy learning from pain. The spirit of the water is ministering God's restoring grace through my life, and I am ever purified and reborn with the fullness of the God presence. The spirit of the earth is mentioning God's stabilizing love in my soul. This is the fullness of my Godhood, and radiantly perfect in the midst of the element. I successfully create my will to the glory of God. O God, the flame of your divine love, wisdom purifies my mind and will, and you have become the health of my soul, mind, and body. All of the life is assembled, working for my highest good, and my life become the never-ending, ever-revealing glory of your mighty magic presence. I take authority over my life and bless every condition I go through to reveal greater good in my life. To you, O Father, Mother, God, the Most Holy, who is the universe of my soul, who is the vastness of my soul, be all praise and glory throughout the ages. To your name be the might and power without end. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Joshua. God bless you. God bless every one of you for making time to come and enjoy each other and have feast with the family. Beautiful, Rev. Don't forget to send me the tune you were playing. It's amazing. And rightly, as just have said, even as we allow gratitude and thankfulness to rise within us, said this before, that we are intent telling the Father, we're telling nature that we are in sync, in agreement with how far nature has brought us, how far that He has brought us. We can only be grateful. So rejoice evermore, pray without ceasing, and in all things. For that is the will of God concerning you in Christ Jesus. The will of Daddy, the will of the Father, is that you will live in gratitude, because that is your environment. That is the believer's environment. We are grateful for this understanding. It's a beautiful day, beautiful morning. We thank God for once again bringing us together in such a manner. There are a million and one places that you could have been this morning. Those of you who are still in the sleeping mood, sleeping period, as in US, it's dark. I don't know how you do it, Brother Eben. God bless you so much. If it was me, God bless you for making time and struggling to come. I know you're struggling. It's not easy. I know you're struggling. And the men who are watching us from YouTube, Facebook, I don't know where you're watching from. God bless you for your participation. You are the reason we come here every Sunday. I borrow the words of my papa, Reverend Opondrie. You are the reason why we do what we do. You are the reason why we are alive. I know somebody will be sad somewhere and say, hey, God is the reason. Why are you giving credence to somebody? I know what I'm talking about. See, these sort of things that we say, thank you, Jesus. So having a child, and I said to somebody, you are the reason God is God. The person hasn't called me again. I mean, because our interaction went the other way, and I don't think it has made our friendship a bit some way, because you are the reason why God is God. And God is the reason. God is the reason why I am who I am.
When you were in your bedding.
You've said this over and over again. It's becoming like that's all that we have to say. But you say it, and it's something that's your body. Oh Jesus, Jesus, Jesus! When you're so excited in the house, when you're so your spirit, there's something doing my spirit. I don't know if it was the tune you were playing or something that I'm not able to express, but there's something just I'm just
that tune is powerful.
just
The first time I think obviously I listened to it and I was riding with someone once to school. I put it on, and the moment there was the first kick of the drums, just like ooh, I'm like Bibia come
I, I was going to say, but you query me as if back in the days, like I was say, I feel very spiritual this morning. I feel very spiritual. It's like I feel very spiritual this morning.
But those who have got too many demons in them don't like it. Like someone whose face I'm looking at right.
Very spiritual.
She says as well when every time she sees me playing, she hears, oh, okay, I cannot get it. Give the game away. Anytime they hear me play, they're like, oh, can you lower the volume on it? Because it's just disturbing the demons in them.
Oh, yes. No, maybe for you, it's just the volume is too high for the person. Not that it's disturbing. Sometimes you need to listen to it undertone in there. Anyway, I am so excited to be part of what is happening today. Much as we are continuing what we are talking about today is not the same as what we did last week. He is not a God of sameness. He is God, an infinite God, an infinite Father, who at every point of life, every point in our life, every minute, every second of our life, he shows himself in a way, in a manner that we have not experienced or witnessed before. So by saying that, I'm telling you that even as you sat here, you know what we're going to talk about. But I want you to be here and avail yourself for what is happening, because something new is happening to you now. As I'm speaking, something new is happening to you. All you need to do is raise your awareness. All you need to do is raise your vibration. Allow yourself for the spirit that you are to emerge. Something is happening. A new you is going to emerge, or it's emerging now. I can't wait. The entrance of his word brings light, brings understanding to the foolish, brings an awakening to those of us who are in slumber, brings quickening to those of us who are a bit slow, brings liberation, brings mental liberty, breaks every chain. When I talks about breaking every chain, I don't mean the chain that you know about. But every mental chain, every chain of fear, the entrance of his word. Amen. Yeah, please take over.
Just wait a second. God bless us. I think this March has been very gracious. We have 5 Sundays, solid. Our last Sunday for the month will be next week. Secret Citation is coming up. Those of us who want to take part, the spring Secret Citation, and the importance of this is it's around this season that everything begins to shoot up. Spring. And it's ideally traditionally a half year. Traditionally. I was having this chat with Emma earlier on. Is it not funny that September Sept is 7, but why is September the 9th 9? Oct is what? It's 8, but why is October the 10th month? December is 10, why is December the 12th month? We all know the history, we all know what happened. So you're not going to go into that. If you don't know, go and research, go and do your own research. That's not the purpose of my studies today. So there's something, Christmas is fixed on a day, 25th. It doesn't move. I've taught it before why Easter moves. And why there are a lot of most religious persuasions have got activities around this time. There's a reason for that. If you don't know, go and ask your grandfather. So the Catholics are doing their Lent, the Muslims are doing their Ramadan. And you are there eating omutiu. Anyway, so those of us on here, I would encourage us just plugging, starting my fast, plugging. And I'll send individual instructions to us. I'm not going to put it on a platform. Don't cast your pearl before swine. I'll only share with those who make use of it. It's as simple as that. The days of wholesale indoctrination or wholesale persuasion they are over. I'm not doing that anymore. We share truth measured, each one according to their various abilities and their various desires. We pour water on him that is thirsty. Okay. You bring a cup, we fill it. You bring a tank, we fill it. If you bring the sea, it will yet still be filled. Okay. So, what does that mean? That's not mean, is it?
No, it's not.
There's a reason he will have the 12 and yet have the 3 and yet have the 1. There's a reason for that. Even if you didn't say it's very mean, I wouldn't. I expected a comeback from you anyway. Okay. And to what you were saying earlier on, Brother K, these sometimes, we've taught this before. I don't know, this is when it begins to go off, and then I'm talking about something different than what I intend to talk about, because you trigger me some way somehow. I've taught this in the past where, please, can you position yourself a little bit better? so that the camera is not cutting my head off. Better.
Something
Lean it.
Something just came to me. When we finish, remind me. I'll tell you. We'll talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. Just lean it back a little bit. That's all. Or lean your finger back a little bit. That's all.
It's because of the light behind me. That's why.
Okay. No, but yeah. Okay. You probably have to sit somewhere else. You have to change where you sit. Okay. So, no man on earth should give glory to himself. All the glory must be to God. And he will say, I've given the glory to you now. All the glory must be to me now. Glory is given. Yeah, you are the Father's glory. God wants to share his glory. He will never share your glory. Who told you that?
Hey, I've made that song.
You will never share your glory with anybody.
You don't even know how to sing.
Sing it for me.
Best of mommy. So mommy was part of the choir mistress when she was choir headmaster.
You never share your glory with anybody.
I've forgotten.
Almighty God, that is your name. Who said he doesn't want to share his glory with anybody? You are his glory. You are his glory. All things, I've said it over and again, all things are possible with man. Why? Because God is with man. In man he dwells. All things are possible with man. Jesus said that, or you didn't read it. To him that believes, all things are possible. Not some things, all.
People, what is happening is people quote that and they believe. But their belief is to the extent that God somewhere is helping you for it to be possible. You get a point. Not that God is in you and God is making that. It is possible because you are God. There's no other way. They think that, oh, God is somewhere. He's like, if I need something, I'll call upon you to do it for me. Do my CV for me, and then you make it possible. So God is somewhere and is making. So God can decide. In other words, if I say, can you add this to my CV? If you don't have time, you will not do it. You will put. So God can decide to not do it because he's making it possible for you. So that is the mindset. They've not yet arrived at a place of accepting that you are God and God is you. And it is possible because God is in it, ever present.
When we come to the awareness that we are not existing, yeah, and that existence is here as us, everything changes. There is no God in life. I repeat, there is no God in life. God is life. Everything that makes life possible is God. Hierarchy. We can talk about hierarchy another day. God is here as God is here as all the elements, the sacred orders that make life possible. Captain Planet, he's the hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
What are you singing this?
Huh?
Just that I didn't know what you're talking about.
He knows it.
I know what it is.
You know that song?
He
Yeah.
knows Captain Planet. He knows it. He knows it.
We're the Planeteers.
Yeah, he's watched Captain Planet. He knows it.
His father managed to let him know what he was watching when he was little.
The earth, water, fire, and air, binded by the ethers. It's life. It's cool. So whenever you visit,
I mean, you had a black and white TV, that's why.
So, yeah, that's God. It's God. And you are. I woke up this morning feeling what I put on Facebook earlier on was what exactly what I woke up with in my heart, that you are the universe in action. See? Your composition are the elements of the universe, that they are the elements of creation. Earth, water, air, fire. The heat, you generate heat. You made of earth. Air breathes you. And 70% water. It's a microcosm of the macrocosm. So that's why I love what Rumi says. That you are not a drop in the ocean, but you are the entire ocean in one drop. Yes, feel myself as this, as the psalmist say, who is man that you're mindful of? The Son of Man that your mind is full of him. You've made him a little lower than hell. So as I feel all of this and I look at my seeming insignificance, I know that there is a power beyond me that makes all possibilities possible, that controls the things that are beyond me. And that power is at work in me. For it is that power that wills in me to live and to act according to his good pleasure. The God in me, the hope of glory. That is the mystery. Christ in you, the hope of glory. Let me link that to what we're talking about. You have a choice of living on two different levels. So you can live your life on two levels, okay? And it has absolutely nothing to do with what is going on the outside. It has nothing to do with whether you have a business or not, whether you've got a job or not, whether your finances are good or they are poor. It has everything to do with how you live on your inside, how you live inside you. That is the starting position. Still talking about emotions, thoughts, feelings, senses. You've had a very good foundation. The starting position is always that you live inside yourself. As a person, you live inside this body, I've said before. And as consciousness, this body is living inside you. In you, that is where you see your thoughts. That's where you feel your emotions. That's how, from that place, you look at the outside world. It's not complicated. So it's the starting point from within. From inside the man are the things of life. So you see things for what you are. So what makes it important? I'll say, you see, all of these practices that we do, they are great. I don't even want us to touch on them. But spirituality, the foundation of spirituality is for you to come to the place of understanding that all starts from within. And all these things that we do, they are just to help us have that appreciation that follow your breath is just to bring you to the attention, to bring your focus to that it starts from within. Listen to your heartbeat is to bring you to that same place. Do these invocations, do these practices, fast, and all of it is to bring you to that awareness that it all starts from within. That's where it starts. That's why I don't make a ritual about anything I do. But Ishmael says same. He says, don't make a ritual out of it. So it's important for us to recenter ourselves. I said this last week. As many times. And this is what brought me to the place of, yes, I do have meditation times and all of that, but for the past couple of years, I've moved to the place now that I create meditative moments in everything I do, including sex. Whilst I'm eating, we were talking about this yesterday. I put food in my mouth, I close my eyes and feel it as it hits me. Amen. Behave yourself.
He wants to know that practice. We'll do that practice later.
I'll give it to you. I'll give you photographic demonstration.
No, I think it's a good thing to. He really wants to know.
No, I know. So
then
okay,
explain.
you know what? Go. I'll just pause. I'm a cut into it with this. Yeah.
Huh?
You've got something powerful to share with us. Go.
About it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's both of you who do it. So explain.
Wow. Okay. I think it's not wasting. I always say anytime, it's done. I always say, I hope you didn't waste this. You didn't waste it, because a lot of us do waste the energy, especially at when you climax. So there's this practice where you it's more about the climax, okay? Yeah, I hope you know what I mean. Where you in the practice
Joshua, are you taking notes?
Huh?
I'm asking if Joshua is taking notes, because you need it.
In the process. But at the max, at the height of it, you bring your most desired goal. Okay. You quickly shift your mind to your most desired goal or something you want. And at that time, at that very moment of you exploding, you think on that goal as it's as if as if it's already done. Do you get? You bring your meditation, your mind to it as you are experiencing that. You can do it. It's practice. As you're experiencing that, you bring your mind to your goal as if the excitement goes into achieving that thing that you really want. So that's it until it's over. So it's a very powerful thing, because the science behind it is it's a process where you know, a man and a
Vision.
woman, you know, how do they call it?
You're creating a new birthing vision.
Creating a new being. So it's a process of creation as well. That's what what's it called? Think and Grow Rich, you know, sex transmutation. That's what is there. It's there as well. If you really want to know more about it. Yeah, so don't waste it. Don't just go and lie there and you know you are happy and you're enjoying, then you just waste all the energy.
And some of us at that point,
and the only result is a baby.
some of us at that point we make empty promises.
Exactly. You be busy signing away your whole your will.
Giving your will. Hold on, they can't even out.
That is why at that point if you make promises you can't fulfill because it's empty promises. I see. But what you are saying makes sense. It's more or less some portals are opening for interactions. You know, some are going, some are coming out. So I feel it makes sense. If Mary comes, we would listen to this portion and then put it to bed tonight. Anyway.
Also, because it's about creation. See? Creative energies are released in sex. So use it to your advantage. Okay? And if you're not having like sex yet, you can have mindgasms, what I call mindgasms. Activate your pineal gland and you can use it in the same way. Okay? Right? Thank you, So it's useful that you get listen to yourself hundreds of times. That's what brought about this constantly through the day, never finite, you know, and harmonize it. I'm at a point where even when I'm hearing distracting sounds, distracting voices, like yesterday I was listening, I was playing something, I was playing something on one device and I was listening to something else on another device. And that can appear cacophonous, yeah. But I don't know how I've done it. I've come to the point where regardless of distractions, I can harmonize all of them and decide which I'm tuning in when, and nothing becomes a distraction. You see, so it's good. I'm really getting better at it, and that's exciting. It's exciting me. I can even turn a washing machine on and use the sound of the washing machine to meditate. You know, because it's inside. Mindgasm. You need. I'm going to get you to write a book on that. Yeah. Mental orgasms. Anyway. So yeah, we give ourselves that benefit. Understanding that you know what, I'm here looking out and there is a world out there which I can't control. Genuinely, you can't, and I'll come to that. I'm here inside me and there are thoughts being created. I notice these thoughts. I'm here and there is a heart that is emoting or emerging with emotions. That's centering. Coming back to truth. Getting familiar with the true you that exists within. See? There is not a single thought that goes on in your mind that is different from any other thought. I've said this yesterday. It's just thought. A thought is just a thought. What makes it a problem is your interpretations, your subjugations of it, the attachments, your like and dislike of it is what creates a problem. But aside that, a thought is a thought. In like fashion, there's not a single emotion that comes up from your heart that is any different from any other emotion. It's just an emotion. It's like you have water that bubbles up in a spring. It doesn't matter which bubble it is, how strong it is, how weak it is, how big it is, how small it is. It's all the same. It's just water coming out of the ground. You drop a stone, the ripples that come, it doesn't matter how big it is, how fast it grows, how quickly it diminishes. It's still a bubble. It's still a ripple. A ripple is a ripple. You understand? And that's exactly how our emotions are. That's how emotions are like. See? They come out from our heart, they pop up in your face, and then the thoughts get created in your mind. They talk to you, you listen, you tune into. They constantly biting at you. Your mind is constantly chattering, constantly talking, chattering. They do different things at different times, and then you are in there with the world unfolding right before you. Your centering position is very simple. Don't make it complicated. You nail this, you've nailed life. Can tell you that confidently. I said, I'm not making light of our practices. You should meditate and do all these other things that we teach ourselves. You should pray and do all of that. But let's focus on the basics. That's the whole reason I am keen about us doing or taking this particular topic, because it covers the basics. That's the basis of your real spirituality and your personal growth. I'm in here, and there are thoughts in here with me. I'm in here, there are emotions in here with me. And there is a world unfolding in front of me. But my starting point is not what is happening outside of me. My starting point is what is happening right inside. And to be fair, the starting point is also the ending point. It starts and ends within you. And if it's as simple as this, why can't we do it then? Why can't we? It's a question for all of us. Let's talk a little bit about it. If it's just as simple as acknowledging that it starts within me, it ends within me, and it's what's happening inside here that matters, why can't we do it?
I think it's more of what we have come to acquire a society on earth, what we've been taught, what we've been fed with. I believe that even the Bible has, fed us a lot to let us understand and know that what you are saying is true. Everything starts from within. Unto him is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that, according to the power that is at work inside of you. So the God inside of you can fully come out to have full expression according to how you look within and allow it to come out. We know all this in theory, but we have been programmed from childhood. I think you said this before, just as I don't know how you put, I forgot how I put that aside before. But the point I'm making is we all born empty in that sense, not knowing anything. We grew up per what we have learned, what we have been taught. The society has programmed us or taught us to live in a certain way, to live in a certain lifestyle. You've said this in the past, that if we are not going to decide to not go to school, let somebody decide to not go to school, the person will not turn out any different from somebody who goes to school all their life. Maybe the person might even be more successful than the one who's good, because we have been made, God has made us to be able to live without any external factors. I think that is how we have been made, to be able to live within, come out that we need to be able to come out from within and let it be seen. But in turn, we are looking at the things outside to build our lives or fashion our lives according to. But that is why everybody's aspiring to be something that society has accepted to be the norm. And so if somebody is in the village, a farmer who's got like big cocoa farm, doing his business, going and coming, but the fact that he's in the village, he's poor. He's not as rich as somebody who is in the country, who is in a big city, who's got the cars and everything. Because we have put emphasis and we've made us understood that having cars, having some things are classified as being wealthy or having money. whereas others are classified as being poor. So we all find our lives, we all try to aspire to be what society has accepted to be true of us. So I think that is the reason. So we are not able to focus we are all focusing on what is outside. Why are you working? I'm working because I want to get money. I want to get this. I'm not working because that is me. I'm co-creator. I'm agent of perfection. I'm creating. I'm not working because I'm creating. I'm going to work not because of that money I'm creating, but because I want to make money. So that is how we've been programmed. We are only doing what we came to meet, to be fair. And it will take a long time for us to be reprogrammed. I think that's my thought.
Thank you. It's quite key what you've said there, and I will touch more on that, because the truth is we aren't born blank. Yeah, we are born encoded with all the intelligence that we can come with. We rather infiltrate that with conditioned thoughts and conditioned ideas and conditioned thinking. So that's why I keep saying that nobody can teach you what you don't already know. Your awareness only get brought to it. Like, oh, okay. I see. That's why we use the phrase "I see and I understand" synonymously. Yeah, it just pops up, and it's quite funny. Brother Ishmael tells a story. I think I've clipped it. I was using it for TikTok last night, and I have not finished editing it. About this group of, or this family or group of fishermen who were living very simple lives. They do their fishing and they hang their nets, they rest in their hammocks and just chill, relax. And one time, a millionaire comes around and sees them, like, "What are you guys doing?" And like, "Oh yeah, we just relaxing with our family, friends." I go, "Okay, are you done working?" Yeah, we finished. So, but there's still a great while of the day to go. So why don't you go out and fish some more? And they're like, "Why?" And he's like, "Oh, so that you can get more money." Right. And they say, "After you've gotten more money, and then what?" "Oh, then you can buy like bigger vessels to do fishing." I'm like, "Okay, so after you've done that, and then what?" "Oh, so that you can get more money to even buy more and also help your family." And I'm like, "Okay, after we've done that, and then what?" "And then you get a chance to enjoy life with your family." So that, why must I go through all of that just to do what I'm already doing now? Why do I need to go through all of that just to do what the blessing that I'm already enjoying now? If it's to go around and come back here, then why go in the first place? Okay, there's a powerful lesson in there, similar to what you're saying. Anyway, anymore, if it's that simple, why don't we do it? Why can't we do it? Lady B.
So if all this, the question is, if all guys, if all
Because if all there is to it is to know that I am on the inside here, and it all starts from inside me, and it all ends here, and not in my aspiration to manipulate the world outside to make me okay on the inside. What makes it too hard for us to do it?
I think it boils down to our childhood subconscious programming as well. That we already have a habit formed, so it also takes effort, especially when you're already grown and you're no longer operating in the subconscious programming, which is before the age of 7. It's hard, it's good enough to come to the realization and then deprogramming yourself and then bringing yourself back into that place. So that's the main reason. A lot of us, are not do not even realize that that's where we are, you know. And then when we come to the realization, it takes effort, and it takes and a lot of understanding to deprogram and program ourselves to bring ourselves to being able to easily put ourselves in that space, or to be able to do it. Yeah. And even although, you know, when we talk about understanding, although the Bible completely talks about these things, it's even not interpreted as that, you know. Like Minister K said that we always look at the outside. Even the interpretation of the Bible is looked at from the outside. Everything we've been taught from childhood of Bible is always outside in. Wrong, you know, is turned upside down. So that's all a lot of us know. No, we are living life so that we will go to heaven. We are praying to a God outside. We are doing this, you know, everything else is outside of us. Meanwhile, the Bible clearly states that it's all within. And coming to even know that is a challenge. When you're telling someone even this is it, even that is a battle. Yeah, so that's it for me.
Thank you. Mr. Sewuzu, your hand has been up.
If you can hear me speak, that means I've dashed out of the house, so
Okay.
I can share a little bit. I think it's two things that I can speak on. One is, as Pastor said, like we are encoded already when we are coming, but the beauty of life, or I think the game of life itself is as we are coming, between the moment of actually entering this, lower frequency state, like this 3D, there's a way like it causes you to just forget it. And I think the key code of it is rediscovering that, right? Going through life to now come to the realization, but we end there. Some of us end there. Some of us that claim ourselves to be spiritual, going through this spirituality, there are stages. One is just the realization, and they're like, oh yeah, there's a God. And some of us, we just proclaim it, but haven't really had any contact with what we are saying. We just, okay, we heard people saying it, we've been around people that speak it, that preach it. So I guess it is, right? And that ends there. That's that type of, spiritual practitioner. And it ends there. Some of us have also been able to be exposed to it. And just the knowledge of, okay, there is an inner man is just enough. We don't actually continue the contact. We don't keep that connection line open and getting our continuous guidance from that inner man. We just leave it as that. So there are stages where it's kind of like, oh, I've heard about it. Yeah, I'm coming to believe it, but that's about it. And we leave it as that. And hence we keep struggling, going through it. And it seems this thing is not true, right? And the other one is, yes, we've come to the realization, we've been exposed to it, but that's all. Once we get exposed to it, it's like, oh, I'm good. And true, I've witnessed it, right? And there's the other school of thought where, like, we don't do our own practice to actually come to that self-realization. It's like we go with what this person has said. I did this. I washed my eyes with this water, and my third eye opened, and I'm good. And it's just like, oh, I believe in that. You see, and it's like, what is your experience? Because you also have to find it for yourself. But you would find some people that are like encyclopedia of all kind of ritual processes. They know all this occultic knowledge, but there's no connection between that knowledge and the life that they are displaying, the God that is in them, that it's yet to be like expanded. There's no evidence of that. So then you meet such people and you're like, you start scratching your head like, this person, is he a psycho or what? And I believe we all have seen or we know one or two people. You see, this person is very knowledgeable when it comes to spirituality.
I know myself.
But then again,
it looks like you're describing me.
no. But then again, you see, like, how come this person is always finding a hard time to even get ends meet? It's always like, oh, Charlie, give me something. I'm like, if you claiming you have all this knowledge and this power, right? You've been exposed to this knowledge. How come it's not working? So yes, long story short, it's just like coming to this 3D, you forget it. But I think the whole concept is the power of the God in us is, yes, I can lose it. I don't want to come in with like, oh, I know I'm this God, I'm this God. So then I'm just, use it blindly. It's just like you being able to, okay, you come in with all that embedded, but you just come in with no knowledge of it. Now you have to rediscover it, tap into it, and stay in that knowledge or stay in that power. Keep that essence open all the time. But we can get conditioned by society, just like my other what's it called? Mystics have said, right? We can get conditioned by society by, oh, this person's he say, her say, she say, and we just keep it as that. We don't, expand more and go further or dive deeper. And the other one will be like, oh yeah, I've heard it. I don't know. And others people's story, but not really actually going by your own story. Okay, you get all that teaching, you get all that information. Have you applied it? How does the God in you manifest as? Some people can smell this, can have that smell and they can be like, some, prophets, oh, the God is here. Some people can get the chills and, the God is moving here. But some of us will just be like, oh, do this a control for me, do this prayer for me. We easily give our power away, all because we compare a lot also, thinking, oh, this person is more inclined or aligned, or this person is more powerful. So then, we put this, yes, we put them on pedestal, and it's like anything that I can think of is belittled compared to what I think, oh, this person has. So then we tend to forget what we are embedded with or what we are endowed with, just to follow what this person that has gone through works, years of process to also discover themselves, and they are displaying, in their power. We want that. This person is able, and the funny thing of society is there's been this fantasy of quick fix. Add this to this and mix this with this, and hey, booyah, there you go. No, life is to be experienced. It's a teaching stage. It's a learning stage. It's like an experience stage. So you have to experience it all together, discover yourself, and graduate from it. That's where the graduation comes. Thank you.
Very much, sir.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to add?
No.
Before Rev, you put them together. I'll just say this. I was just thinking about whilst Sofmami and Brother Eben was speaking. There is, rightly as you said, we were born coded. There is a lot, not a lot. There is everything in us that we are not looking at. And I have had first-hand experience. And somebody like me, it is hard time I started looking within more than outside. I remember many years ago, I was having a chat with, you know her, I don't want to mention her name due to what we're doing. We used to fellowship together, and she has a very challenging son. Very challenging son. Autism here, so very to the extreme end. And that was when I was a prayer secretary. So, people call upon prayer secretaries to come and deliver. So I went for visitation one of the days, having a chat. This lady crying, expecting prayer secretary to console her and everything. When we finished having, I was just trying to listen to, well, he's got this, he can't do it. So it was more, he can't do this, he can't do that, he can't do this. And I laughed, like I smiled, and I said, listen, you need to find how to understand what he's saying and what he's doing. It is not for him to understand what you want to say. He's exhibiting all that he's doing something, he says, but we are trained a certain way, so we don't go and go and learn, allow yourself to be able to understand what the boy is doing, what he's saying. There is nothing wrong with him. And fast forward, Lucas is 10-3 this Thursday, and he hasn't said a word. He doesn't speak. So obviously, this country, they will do all the assessment, go to the pediatrician, they will say close to autism, whatever. They will do all the assessment. So they recently had an assessment in school. He's in his own world, and all those things pertaining to. Now, this boy, when he was 3 years, he did it yesterday. If he wants to go out, he'll go and bring his shoe, both of them, pair. And then he'll hand it to you. He can't do anything. He'll just come and put your hand to whatever he wants. He'll bring his shoe to you. I was lying down the other time, shirtless, almost naked. I saw this boy coming with my jumper and my shorts. He holds my hand. I lying down with Mary. He didn't hold Mary's hand. He held my hand and he handed me my jumper because he wanted to go out. Right. And I was saying to me, how did this boy know that this is my jumper and this is my shorts? Yesterday, I was putting his shoes on him, and then I picked the left, either of them, either the left or the right. And then he lifted the opposite leg. And then he looked at me, he dropped the leg, and then lifted the other one. And I was like, this boy, he's never understood us. We've never said, even if you mention his name, he won't even look at you. I don't know whether he hears or not. That boy, he won't even look at you. They've booked him for a CE assessment. He's gone like 3 times. They said that this boy, he doesn't listen to anybody, so they book him again. He's not cooperating. The boy is not cooperating. So we've not taught him, this is your left, this is your right. But he looked at me, he dropped the other leg, and then bring the right foot. And the things that this boy does at home, it's not like we are teaching him, but he is observed and he's able to do anything that you want him to do, he's doing. He hasn't said a word. 3 years. And the man was getting out of the bed. And the man was like, hey, come and get him, who's your father? I said, never. Yeah, we always, those type, I want to test that. And this is if he falls from the bed, she won't die. She goes with the head, stop for a while. That's the first time I've seen a baby like getting out of the bed. She turns around and goes with her leg. Even her leg was not touching the floor. She goes with her leg and then she fell.
Yeah.
How did she know that if I fall with my head, it is dangerous than my feet? Yeah. Nobody taught her. We didn't put her on the bed and say, if you want to get out of the bed, turn this way. There is a lot that we are not looking at. There's a lot in our upbringing. See, when we come out of our mother's womb, straight away, whatever is embedded in us, automatically comes out. We just leave them, but we are not we are not looking at them. There's a lot, Rev. These two kids, Lucas and then Emma, they are exhibiting a lot that tells mankind that we are living life wrong. There's a lot happening. So you are right. What you are saying, Rev, you are right. Life is within us. All that pertains to life and godliness, all that we can think of, all that we can imagine, all that you want it to happen to you is within us. We don't need to go to school. We don't need to go to school, Rev.
Saying that,
to become.
Put a new baby that has been born, let's say 1 minute or 30 seconds on the mother's chest. The baby will look for where the breast is and take the breast milk.
Even look at my child, my big breast. If I do this to Animal Crush, she will just she wants the proper one. She knows that there's a proper one. This one is in use, the gym one. She doesn't like it. Anyway, Rev, please go on.
And it is amazing. Infinite love, intelligence. It's the same in the bird. It still blows my mind how a bird will fly, knows where his nest is, flies all around the entire day and return to the same nest on the same tree.
Without Google Map.
Yeah. Mind blowing. Yeah. And I've come to a place in my life just based on what you're saying, and I say this. I say this humorously. I'm out of this. I've not for a day, not a single day, not a day, exhibited any concern whatsoever for Lucas. Not a day. The things that you people are saying, I don't see it. I don't see it. It's not. It enters through here, goes through the other. I don't see it. Society will try to, if you don't measure up to, that's what we were discussing this morning with the kids. If you don't measure up to certain standards, certain measures, we expect you to do this at this time. It's the same thing as going, okay, oh, by this time you ought to have finished school, by this time you ought to have had a wife, by this time you ought to. It's the same thing. By this time you ought to be talking about it. Everyone is different. The fact that you are clueless and the child is bamboozling you and not fitting your measures doesn't mean they aren't proper. Everyone is different. I shared a picture once on one of my forums about these Siamese twins who've got 3 breasts. So one there, and one breast together. They share one set of breasts. They are delightful. I look at them, they're so beautiful. And I was telling someone that this is amazing. It's like, oh, Sama, don't you? I said, compassion about what? This is how God is showing up. That's how God is showing up. It's beautiful. I love it. I watch those videos. There's another one of they belong to their parents are Kenyans. They are in Cardiff, and they even did a documentary on them on BBC. They share a head. And a point in my life, I don't see that emotion of concern. I can't force it. It's just not there. I am excited about how they are living their lives and how they are progressing. And like those girls have defied medical science 4 times. When doctors have said that the way they are developing, they have to, right from the onset, their father stood by it because they were like, they've got to sacrifice one. And if they are allowed to develop past 3 years, they are going to lose one, and eventually they're going to have to take off one anyway, because they are sharing so many things, they're sharing so many vital organs. The life of one, basically the lives of them, the pair of them are compromised. So they need to make a decision. And the father said something powerful. I look for that documentary and share it with you. I watched it on BBC. I think a couple of years ago. He said, "How am I supposed to know which of them is the one to save?" Medical science can only judge that based on their parameters, right? Okay, based on, okay, I think that this has got 70% of that, that's got 80% of that. So maybe based on that. The kids are now, I think, 14 years now. And they're still going strong. I think today I need to check up, I need to do a bit of search and find out where they are in their stories. Everyone is different. This is not a case of Entowada. Forget it. I was sharing with someone yesterday as well. Now, with these things that we're talking about, a brother who has had some challenges in his belief based on certain circumstances which has happened around his life, and very solid brother. When it comes to the point of feeling, life will test you. You see, Life will test you. If you really know what you claim, you know. I've thought about this before. I've said this. I was asking myself, maybe I might have said this to you. About a year and a bit ago, I was this there and I'm thinking, oh, so what if I find my wife in bed with another man? What am I going to do? And the me went, I probably rip that guy's bits off and do some nasty things with him, maybe castrate him with my teeth or something like that. And then straight away, I had a second thought. Is that your reality? Is that what you know? Is that how you is that what you've taught yourself? Is that what you're preaching? Is that what you're teaching people? You bring them what? and then I started to just retract my steps and think through based on kind of filter the situation through my present reality, what I believe I know, and all of that. And I'm like, whoa, life will test you. Play certain scenarios in your head and be honest with what rises within you first as your immediate reaction, and then see how it aligns with what you are mouthing about. Life will test you. The truth that we are picking in this space, it will be tested. It will be. Be ready for it. You can't be ready for it, but the point is, if your strength fails on the day of adversity, then your strength is little. Build on it by the day. By the day. And I say this, and I was saying the last time that I'm a point in life that nobody can insult me. There's nothing that you can say about me that will get a reaction out of me. You're stupid? Seriously? No. You're a fool? No. What else? You are short? No. Why should I be angry that someone is saying I'm short? Why? When did that become an insult? Why should I be angry that my wife is saying that I no longer have a six-pack and I've got a pot? When did that become an insult? Is it she's only describing what she sees? Beauty is real good. Someone who also look at me and go, oh, damn, you look so sexy. You understand? So why should I wreck because of that?
Can I say something? You see the example you gave earlier on about finding someone in bed. Why didn't you imagine seeing your wife spending your money? Maybe she has spent like 500 pounds and you are retracting and not angry. That is a better.
Why
Hey,
are you choosing?
I like that.
Are you choosing my mental processes for me?
Are you thinking for me?
Why don't you use that to justify the money that you spend? Maybe
I was only I played that back because I'm looking at situations which will test what I know. You spending 500 pounds on my, I'm not going to cry about it because I won't even give you the card to go and spend in the first place.
She's got some plans. That's what she's saying, so that you equip yourself before it happens.
I am because it's not something that would test me. You understand? It's not something that I'm thinking about things that may test me. That's all. So here's one of those things because we give life for love and we also kill for love, don't we? We have taught this in this place. Yeah, people we kill for love. Love has caused people to misbehave more than it's caused them to do good. Anyway, so you are in there and you notice your thoughts, emotions, that is all unfolding in front of you. But the problem is often we get too interested in what the thoughts have to say. We get too interested in what the emotion is presenting. We get involved in the thought, in the emotion, instead of letting them come and go. We give them space to do what they need to do and then go. We struggle with appreciating the fact that it all is all within me because we get way too involved in our emotions. Any emotion that comes up, that pops up, we feel like we need to act on it. Any thought that pops up, we feel like we need to act on it. If it feels like love, disdain, jealousy, insecurity, pride, we feel compelled to do something about it. I believe that is where the challenge is. We get active, we act all weird, we try to figure out what to do with this emotion, what to do with this thought. And we can't handle our emotions. We can't handle the emotion that's popping up in our heart. And sometimes we call it being real. Oh, we're talking about, oh, this is real. I'm talking about reality. I'm like, seriously, the moment you mention, oh, but you know, I'm being real here. When I get that all the time, when I'm having a conversation with someone and something is popping up and they are responding in a particular way, I'm like, oh, have you thought about it this way? No, Sam, I'm talking about reality. I'm like, ooh. The moment someone says that, I back off because we have chosen their reality. And I dare say 99.9999% of the things we call real are false impressions. The true reality means acknowledging that I am in here and an emotion just popped out of my heart. A thought just popped out in my mind. It means I am in here, someone walks by, and it's just a person. I don't have any control over how they are presenting, whether they are short, tall. So I don't even qualify to give a judgment. Look at their lipstick, look at their makeup. And you are giving yourself all these things, partaking, engaging in every little thing that is being fed you from the outside. That's why we can't do it. But Singer gives this analogy that I love. He says that, so you're driving and there are lines on the road, lines pop up on the road whilst you're driving. They are just lines passing through your consciousness. Forms, emotions, thoughts. Some are straight, some are dashed, some are not even proper lines, some are even faded. Imagine you choose to focus on each and every one of them, and you'll fuck up. The thought pops up, we don't like it, we want to renounce it. Get caught out in we get caught up in the form. But the truth is, there's no renunciation of thought or emotion required in this, so long as you are not engaged in it. It's nothing to renounce. And I've said this here the last time as I wrap up. We don't really have a problem with forms as they present. Okay? You might be tempted to think that you are attached to to someone or to something because of the emotions and the thoughts that pop up inside you due to how they present and how they look. If you have an encounter with someone walks by whom you feel attracted to, it's never really about a person. I've said this and I'll say it again. I said last week that I'll take my time and break this down. It's never really about a person. Think about it. It is only about the emotions and the thoughts of the attraction that rises inside of you. If the same emotion and the thought and the attraction doesn't rise within you the next time you see them or you experience them, or at a later point, you wouldn't even care. So while you look at your wife, you look at your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever, the one time that you saw them and they blew your world away, they incited certain reactions, certain emotions in you, certain attractions in you, and you feel like they're looking like food that you want to eat, they are something that you want to keep forever. The next moment they do something that doesn't create the same emotion, and you don't even want to see their face. It's not about them. It's about your addiction to that particular feeling. It's not a form itself. It's not a form that you have an attachment or an aversion to. No. It's the fact that that form can cause certain thoughts and certain emotions to change within you. If I'm looking at a Mercedes 15,000 series right now and it evokes a feeling of desire in me, I love it. If I look at the same man and go, what an absolute waste of money, why will anyone spend £120,000 buying this? I'll hate it, regardless of the form. It's the feeling, and the feeling that is being created in me. My addiction to that feeling is what is. It's not the form. If not, then two people can make you feel the same way. Can look at 5,000 different women presenting differently and still get the same emotion, or still get an erection. Why is it? Why is it like that? What you care about is how it's making you feel on the inside. As long as you're making a connection with the form that is evoking that, then you think it's about it. It's never about the form. We really need to get this. You really need to get this. I'm not sure if I'm making sense.
You are.
So it's either about a nice thought that is making you want something, or a fearful or dreadful thought that is making you want to avoid something. And the challenge is we get all freaked out because we can't handle our own thoughts and our own emotions. And because we are not comfortable with handling our own thoughts and our inner state and our inner world, we try to manipulate the outside world so that it stimulates the thoughts and the emotions we feel we are okay with, while we avoid the things that make us uncomfortable. Amma doesn't like snakes. They make her uncomfortable, for instance. So she would do anything to avoid an encounter with snakes. One time I showed her a duvet cover with snake patterns. I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy this. I'm like, you dare not buy this. Even though she knows genuinely that it's just a pattern on it. The thought of having to sleep in a duvet cover with snakes printed on it, she doesn't want it.
If you know where you are coming from, you wake up and one has transformed, and where we come from is dangerous.
You know?
A fearful.
Who members? You know, so we constantly trying to manipulate our outside world, so that it stimulates the thoughts and emotions that we have chosen as our addictions. So think of it, you're meeting someone new, yeah? This is a very good example. You decide what you want to wear, you decide how you want to show up, because if you can't handle any negative reaction or any uncomfortable feelings out of our encounter with the person. So I want to turn up in these clothes, I want to put this shoe on, I want to show up in this car, I want to show up in this perfume because I want them to smell me this particular way. And we put all of these things up. And let's be honest. That's what is really going on. And if we don't, if we do not get in the place where we get comfortable with what is on the inside, you end up chasing the wind. How successful can we be in attempting to manipulate our world outside so that it constantly replicates the feeling we want to feel on the inside? It's not possible. Not a chance. We just can't do it. We can't. Not sure if I've made sense. Let's wrap up. Yes. It's a good point to end it, isn't it?
It really makes sense. Very, very insightful.
Life is very simple. A very, very simple matter. It's us who choose to make it complicated. And the whole purpose of this beautiful life, this beautiful existence, is for us to get back to its simplicity. I found. And that doesn't mean being lethargic. That doesn't mean that you live out somewhere and own nothing and have no relationships and create, the simplicity like that. No. The simplicity we're talking about is not that. It's your relationship with life. It's not about what life is doing. It's about how you are relating with what life is doing per time. Life is always doing something. All matter is always vibrating, no matter where we find ourselves. Whenever you look, there will be something going on. There's always something going on. You look to the right, you look to the left, there's always something going on, even when you're not taking notice. Regardless wherever you find yourself, regardless whatever situation you get put in, there will be something going on, even if you're put on Mars, Saturn, Uranus. There will be something going on. So it's not a matter of what is going on. It's not about life. It's not about what life is doing. It's foolishness to think it's about what life is doing. It's about what you are doing on the inside and your relationship with what life is doing per time. I'm done. You understand this? You will have how you will harness your senses, emotions, thoughts, and your feelings. And rap to joyfully. The healing is taking place. Is the subsidiary theme for this sessions. Any more?
Wow. Well, you've nailed it well. You said it all. God bless you. It's true. I mean, this is something that really touched me. Life will test what you believe or what you have come to believe or what you think you know and stand for. And until you are at that point, you're able to understand and walk through life with that easiness. That will show that indeed you are getting somewhere, or you've really known what you know, or what you think you know is having effects, having impact. This month in particular, what we are talking about, it's just amazing, Rev. That is rightly as you said from the beginning, the basics of our spiritual life, or our physical life, even. or where we want to get to, the foundation of it is being able to master your senses, emotions, feelings, and thoughts. Without that, we will just be tossed about to and fro by any wind of doctrine. By doctrine, not only biblical doctrine, by any societal doctrine. Anything that is happening, because we've not mastered our senses, we've not mastered our emotions, so then these things boom. You couldn't have put it another way. I think even this is enough, even if we finish for the year. Now, Wi-Fi by March, we finish our syllabus for the year. It's enough to it's enough for the what you fed us with from January to today. Whatever, I think it's enough for the year. Do you agree with me? We can use the rest for barbecues, and because the sun is coming, that's why I'm saying that. Can use the rest for barbecue and stuff.
Anyhow.
Oh, bless you, sir. Bless you, sir. Bless you.
How many words?
Yeah, not really. I mean, it's just amazing that life is very simple, and unfortunately, as the scripture says, for lack of knowledge, my people perish. So I just pray
For lack of perish, my people know.
I pray that whoever is listening to us, the truth is always within us, as the scripture says that He's written that His law on our heart, on the tablets of our hearts. Is in there, it's in there. There's always a guiding hand, a voice in there, leading and guiding us to the truth on how life ought to be, if only we would listen. Yeah, that's it.
I want us to, at this point, just allow ourselves to be comfortable with our back straight. If you're able to, everything straight, nothing crossed, no crossed hands, no crossed feet. Relax your neck. Relax your forehead. Feel your eyebrows relax. Relax your eyelids. Allow your eyeball to relax. Feel your nose settle and relax. Feel the skin on your cheeks relax. Relax your lips. And relax your chin. Relax your neck. You turn your neck to the left. Fast you can turn it. You gently turn it to the right. Far as you can turn it. I want you to turn your neck down, bring it back to the center, turn it down, tuck your neck on your chin as far as you can take it. And I want you to tilt your head back behind you as far as you can take it without hitting the chair behind you. And bring your head back center. Relax your shoulders. Relax your chest, your breast. Relax your belly, your tummy. Feel your intestines all relax and loosen up. Relax your torso, sides. Relax your back. Now I want you to relax all of your vertebrae. Feel in your neck. Go through every single vertebrae all the way down to your coccyx, the tail of it. Count every single one of them. Relax your bum. Tangentially shake off your hands and relax your arms. Place it back on your lap. Relax your hamstrings. And if you can, I want you to do 3 pelvic tilts. So you're rolling your pelvis forward, back. I want you to do 3 of that. It's a pelvic tilt and roll. Just do 3 of that. Mobilizing your hip. Relax your thighs, your quads. Biggest muscle, and I strongly believe that general well-being, your strength, the strength of your body, besides the strength of the internal organs, is dictated by how powerful your legs are. Feel your knee relax. You need to, you can just bend and straighten it in front of you a few times and let it settle and just relax your shins. Feel the relaxation in the front of your shins. Feel it on the sides. Feel the same sensation of relaxation in your calves. Let it travel down your Achilles. And if you can, I want you to lift your heels off the ground, plant your toes on the floor. Feel the stretch in your Achilles, in your calves, lower it. And I want you to do those heel raises, do about 3 of them. And once you've done the 3rd one, now what I want you to do is plant your heels and raise your toes and feel the tension in your shins and let that go, release it, do it about 3-4 times. Once you've completed that cycle, just relax your feet on the floor. And give me 7 deep holy breaths. And as you so do, as you breathe in, scan from the head to the toe. And as you breathe out, come from the toes of your feet to the crown of your head. Observe every sensation in your physical body temple. And feel every molecule of oxygen as it traverses the entirety of your body. Do that. You're one with the infinite. You're one with source power. For that sake, all is well. Well with you. You see yourself as the shining light that you are. Shines bright and bright, bringing illumination to everything in and around you. Feel it. Just allow yourself in this time, in the next minute or so, enjoy every noble thought that is hitting you. Don't try to think anything, just observe what is popping through. Just observe what is popping through. In the words of the Lord's Prayer, he says, give us this day our daily bread, and we say, in this time and space called now, grant what we need each day in bread and in insight. Sustenance for the call of growing life. Thank you for provision of the food we need to grow through each new day, through each illumination of life's needs. Let the measure of our need be heaviness. We thank you for the provision of all things simple, verdant, and passionate. We celebrate the production in us and for us, the possibilities, each only human step toward home lit up. We celebrate our being pointed home. We celebrate our centering, we celebrate our grounding. Call on your help, O divine, holy sacred orders, Mother, Father, help us fulfill what lies within the circle of our lives. For each day, we seek and we ask no more, no less. Animate the world and the earth within each and every one of us. Bring to our attention and our remembrance at every time, and allow us to fully feel the wisdom underneath which supports us through all our endeavors. For truly, there is a power beyond us that can do all things. We are connected to this power. We celebrate our oneness with this power. The same that generates through and within us the bread of life. Behold, only what is asked to feed the nest. Thank you for insight. Thank you for insight. Thank you for insight. Thank you for insight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For every desire exceeded. We acknowledge that life is sweet and life is good. If all the prayer that we ever get to pray in our lifetime is that we thank you, we know that that is enough and that is sufficient. Now allow yourself to return to your body. To gently scratch your left knee and the right. Feel the differences in sensations. Take one deep, holy breath and allow yourself to return to it. Thank you. An end of this session. I want us to understand. I don't know. I have been doing musings and reflections on some ancient mystical traditions and some ancient mystical wisdom. I want us to appreciate this. God, that which we call God, it has no name, yet has every name. I am. God has none of the things that exist, and yet God is everything. And we only know and experience God through not knowing. And all our affirmations and our declarations are on this side of God's transcendence. Work with this light. Shalom and life to us. I bless you. God bless you.